Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is what you would call Palestine doing it again, all right? Because apparently this lunatic, this madman, went into a Christian school, Seventh-day Adventist, and shot at two kids and sending them to the hospital. Now, they are expected to make a full recovery, thank God, but it's just things like this that really makes you wonder what is going on in the far leftist world because it is just too insane.
The gunman who wounded two kindergartners in a senseless attack at a school in Northern California has been identified. Police say 56-year-old Glenn Litton had a long but non-violent criminal past. He killed himself after shooting the two little boys on Wednesday. They are in critical but stable condition.
Yeah, so this psychopath, this old man, even though he has a litany of crimes, is went out and shot two kindergartner kids. One guy Elias Wolford, age 5, and Roman Mendez, age 6. One was shot in the lung and stomach, and then one was shot twice in the chest. You know, it really just goes to show on what is going on with this propaganda that is going on with the Palestine thing, where these people are just going out and just shooting Christian kids. And even if we did not want to say that, you know, maybe Palestine was not the case for this, well, it obviously has to be the propaganda, because if it wasn't for the propaganda, then maybe this guy wouldn't have gone completely off the rails here.
Kindergartners Elias Wolford and Roman Mendez were returning from lunch Wednesday when a bullet pierced Elias's lung and stomach, and Roman was struck twice in his chest. New surveillance images show the gunman's movements on campus moments before the attack.
He has his hand inside his jacket. After that, he pulls the firearm and initiates his attack.
So yeah, this guy, he comes out, he goes and shoots two kindergarten kids, and pretty much stalking them, right? And that is just kind of what is going on in this guy's mind. Now, what we're going to be going over here, guys, is the actual criminal history of this man, the psychopath, and how the bloody hell he was even allowed to get out in terms of what it comes down to California, right? So, what we have here is this. We have this. So, this is Litton's criminal history. It says, Litton's criminal history goes back to his juvenile years and into the 1990s. Goes on to say that he also had several other convictions for a number of crimes, including theft, fraud, and forgery in the 1990s and early 2000s. Hanya said, the Butte County Sheriff's Office has not had any contact with Litton since 2003 when he was convicted of forgery and fraud charges. So far, not too crazy of crimes, but, you know, still bad. Now, it gets worse. It says, Butte County District Attorney Mike Ramsey said Litton has a juvenile record in traffic violations. As an adult, he had counts of cultivating marijuana and petty theft, which eventually rose to felony violations, Ramsey said. He served his first prison sentence in 1991. It goes on to say, in 2002, Litton stole the identities of several Butte County residents to charge thousands of dollars on credit cards for things like rent, food, and entertainment. Well, there you have there. Then we have more with his criminal history. It was also arrested in 2002 when Litton was found in a local wig shop allegedly buying in disguise, Ramsey said. That sounds pretty insane if you ask me. Officers searched his vehicle and found handcuffs and walkie-talkies, Ramsey said. They searched his home at the time and found a bulletproof vest and parts for a stun gun, Ramsey said. They also searched his computer, finding that Litton had searched for guns and explosives. Notes on his computer also revealed that Litton may have been planning a mass incident with explosives. But there was no specific target, Ramsey said. No specific target. No specific target, yeah. But he seems a little bit dangerous, you know. Now, I get it, right? I understand. Now, what we have here is just, you know, if somebody's searching for guns, like, for example, like I do, or something from occasional, from time to time, doesn't mean they're actually going to go commit a crime. However, you got to start raising suspicions and ringing alarm bells when a person has been doing crime for the past 30 plus years. He's looking up guns and explosives. And most people don't really look up explosives, but that's neither here nor there. Goes on to say, November 12th, Honya said the Chico Police Department received a report that a U-Haul truck was reported stolen. Litton was then identified as a suspect and was later arrested in South San Francisco in the stolen truck. Pickup truck, to be exact. If you think his criminal history is over, guys, it's not. Goes on to say, and finally, Honya has said Litton had a forged license under the name of Michael Sanders. He was later booked into the San Mateo jail before he was transferred to the San Bernardino County Jail for an astounding burglary warrant. Honya said Litton pled not guilty in San Bernardino and was released from jail on November 21st. A family member picked up Litton and brought him to Sacramento. From there, Honya said Litton took a bus to the Chico area where he stayed at various motels in the area. Well, here's the thing, right? We know this guy has 30 years of actual crime, right? Of criminal history, right? 30 years. And what we're finding out is that he was released from jail on November 21st of this year, and he goes out and commits this. California, why are you releasing a guy that has a 30-year of criminal history, especially the last ones where it was an outstanding burglary warrant, and he has an outstanding burglary warrant? Like, why would you not just hold him in jail? Hello? And I would have to say California judges or somebody has to be held accountable for this, because if they actually did their bloody job, he would have gone out and commit these crimes. And 2 innocent boys would have been injured. But, of course, in California, it's okay to be a criminal. So, he was released from jail. Thank God Prop 36 was, passed. So, that may stop this. That's all dependent on the DAs, though.
The individual did have some significant mental health issues.
Investigators are reviewing writings found on Litton. He accused the Seventh-day Adventist Church of genocide against Palestinians and identified himself as a ranking member of a group called the International Alliance.
We have not been able to find any organization.
So there we have it. It's just this guy here was pretty much an insane lunatic and going out and shoot people because it was because of the Palestinian cause, that he was the reason why that these kids needed to die, because of an international thing, and that he was a lieutenant in the whole situation, right? The International Alliance, and I just got to say, what's going on here? He also apparently had, as I said, had significant mental health issues, and it appears that he pulled information from various sources that came all together in his mind to form a reality that is perhaps false. So, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a huge problem. This guy is obviously mentally unwell. He's not in a psych ward. He's not in some other place. He's not in jail. So this guy was just allowed to roam the streets. And then he goes to Chico, shoots 2 kids in the chest, almost killing them, by the way. And we're shocked by this? No. Like, we need to do something and put these people in jail before they go commit crimes. I mean, there's something called pre-jail or something along those lines where you can go and do this. And apparently, it was worse because there was obviously another 7-day Adventist school that was a possible other target for him to shoot at.
Now, the sheriff told us the scene his first responders encountered was gut-wrenching and horrific. Tonight, the community will hold a vigil for those 2 little boys. Meanwhile, investigators say Litton researched another Seventh-day Adventist school as a possible target about an hour north of here.
Yeah, so he was targeting another actual Seventh-day Adventist school. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been to 2 Catholic schools in my life. I've been to, obviously, the Seventh-day Adventist school, and then I've been to another school, OLF, which is another school that I was at. But the point being is that these schools have been targeted by Palestinian people, by far leftists as at all. Now, I'm not going to say that this is totally the Palestinian type thing, but the rhetoric coming from the Palestinian or the far left or these activists has really made these people go insane and go and do this type of thing, all right? So, again, whatever it may be, this was an act on top of the Palestinians. He mentioned it was for something like this, and he was targeting another school. He was going to go attack another Seventh-day Adventist school And that's insane, all right? Now at this point, it's like you can't escape the fact that they are targeting Christians. They are targeting people that are not of their own faith. And this is being pretty proven for this at this point now. I mean, you can't really escape it. So let this be an answer to you guys. Be safe out there. It's crazy. And when they go and say that the left says they're like, oh, we're going to go attack you or whatever, believe them, because they're pretty much that's what they're doing at this point in time. And only time will tell on how bad it's going to be. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Nice guys, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.